Eye animations have been a very commonly used sequence in motion around the world, and I've always personally wanted to use that in motion. And I did. In one of the videos I made for Pade recently, I used a simple version of an eye animation, and in this video, I'm going to show you how I did it. Alright, here we are. So here's the animation. Like I said, it's a short, simple thing. And what we have here is basically the blue background transforming into the eye container, and we also have this gray shape on the left transforming into the white of the eye, and then I think we can see that the black part of the eye just sort of, you know, scales up, and then that little highlight also scales up, and we can see that there's this secondary movement, this secondary motion. So when the eye moves from, you know, the right to left, the black, you know, part of the eye has this follow through. So it's like, you know, just giving more life, as it were, more, you know, organic movements, you know, and that's pretty much it. So it looks back again. Yeah, so you can see that same secondary movement, and yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. So let's create a new composition and let's redo this. Eye animation. Let's do 15 seconds. Alright, so let's just create a shape that will serve as our background, or better still, solid. Let's pick, at this time we could pick purple. I feel like I use purple too much, but okay, let's try yellow or orange, yellow, orange. There's something around here. Okay, so now what we want to do is to create different parts of the eye, and I think as a bonus I'll probably just start from the transformation point, but what we want to do is to create two shapes. So on this, sorry, let's create a new shape layer, and let's color this white. So now we're going to create a new shape on the left. My system has been doing this thing where my field is set to 27%. I should actually fix that, because I mean it slows me down. Alright, so let's create another shape layer that will serve as the base of the eye. What color was it here? Okay, yeah. So let's do blue, the actual blue. And something around here. Okay, and let's increase the opacity so it's 100%. Yeah. So the first thing we want to do is to come here, click on the rectangle, let's go down to content, click on your shape layer, go down to content. Actually first name your layer properly. So this will have a eye base, just so you're sure what you're looking at, you know, at every point in time. And here we just click down on content, click on this rectangle, which is the shape we've made. Let's just center align this. Yeah. Okay, right click on that rectangle and hit actually, you know, open up the rectangle you know, folder here, and then right click on the rectangle path and say convert to Bezier path. So what that helps you, or what that does, is that it converts the shape to a path that you can edit. So if I, you know, bring up my pen tool, I can just click and start to mess with things here. So that's where it gets interesting. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to transform this into the eye shape, and what we're going to do is just come into path here, hit that keyframe, and then move forward in time. Let's just bring our workspace here, move forward in time and start to make your tweaks. So what you want to do is to, you know, just basically bring out the shape of the eye, and just try to recreate it. And you know, because that rectangle shape had sharp edges, we have sharp edges, you know, at this point. Meanwhile, what we want to have is, you know, curved edges. So what we'll do is we'll come to the pen tool here and click convert vertex. So now we can convert this, yep, into a curved path, which looks amazing already. So let's go back to our pen tool and just drag this way. And so we'll have a nice looking eye. Yeah, looks pretty good already. All right. Okay, I think I'm satisfied with this. Now let's do the same thing for the white of the eye. Let's just check our reference here. All right, looking good. Let's just come back here to tweak our eye path a little bit. Let's bring this up a little, bring this up as well. All right, looking good. So we did the same thing. Actually, let's fix our keyframes for this animation. So let's just move back so we can see how that animation goes. You know, let's just add some nice keyframes. Select both keyframes and hit F9 to make them easy, and we can just go into the graph editor and just add some life to it. Let's drag this to the side, drag this to the side, and you have a nice looking keyframe. So let's play that. Yep, amazing. Alright, so let's do the same thing for the white of the eye. Let's come down into rectangle, go to rectangle path and convert to Bezier path. And because I want it to happen slightly later than the, you know, blue part of the eye animation, what we're going to do is to just, you know, start, instead of starting at 0, you know, 0 0, just start, let's say, two frames later. Now we come into the path, click you know, just create a keyframe and now move forward in time. So what we want to do is to do the same thing basically, which is to you know, and the nice thing about this is that you can, okay, so the white of the eye is going to have to be on top, so we'll just drag this layer on top of the eye base. So now the interesting thing is that, you know, you can animate the position of the path, you know, without animating position, you know, which is great too. You can see that the path moves already. Alright, so because we have all, you know, we're looking to make a round shape like we have here, so we're going to have to make all the points of this, you know, rectangle round. So let's just click this, yeah, so that does the job for us because we had all points selected already. Now let's go to our pen tool and try to make this small. You know, these handles will have to reduce as well. There's another way to do this though, but then just so we don't have an unnecessarily long tutorial, let's do this. So the idea is you want to get your shape, you know, or your points in the point, or your points you know, to look somewhat like a square, and then you just sort of round off the edges, you know, to arrive at that shape, that circle shape look. Yeah, almost there. So just move this to the side. Yep, so like I said, the trick is to just, you know, arrange your points in a sort of square, basically arrange them in a square formation, and then just, you know, adjust the handles just so you have something that looks like what you need. Yeah, here we are. So now let's scroll back and see how that animates. Awesome. So let's do the same thing, keyframing, just to make sure our stuff looks good. Let's drag this to the side, drag this to this side, and we're great. Alright, so now the next part is to create the black part of the eye. So we're going to just create a new shape, and this time we can just go straight to our ellipse tool and create a nice looking, yep, black part of the eye. Let's make this black, and because of my After Effects thingy, I have to just come here to increase the opacity of the fill. Alright, so let's Control Y, Control double click Y to put your anchor point in the center, and let's just move this here. Looks like we already have our eye, you know, loading up. So let's label this layer black eye. And to make things easier, we can also put the white part of our eye. That's that white speck that we talked about. You know, this speck here. We can actually put in the same layer. So what we can do is just click on our shape tool. You know, just so we don't have extra layers of you know, things to animate, and then just make this white, and boom, you know, we have black parts and white parts. So black and white eye. Alright, looking good. Yep, so we basically have our eye rig. So what I want us to do now is to just animate on this black part, and so let's just go in. So we'll animate the, let's see, which is this. Let's label this as well. So we have white speck, and here have black part. Okay, so what we're going to do is to animate the black part first, because I mean it's bigger and it's more natural for you to animate first before the white part of the eye. And what we'll do is just come down to transform, click on scale. So you know, we'll just move this keyframe forward because that is the end point. You know, we'll just have this 0, and boom, keyframes. So there's a plugin to make keyframing easy, but then I don't want people who don't use such or who aren't at that level to, you know, start messing with that here. That's why I'm doing this manually. So we have this already. Let's just play this back. Okay, so let's make this happen a little bit later and for longer, and then let's do the same for the white part of the eye. So we can come to the transform, hit scale, move this way, then I click on 0, easy ease, and just pull the handles. So I also want to make sure that, yeah, this is just about the same length, and let's play that back. Amazing. So we have something really good already. Cool stuff. Alright, so what we're going to be doing now is to basically sort of rig the eye, you know, and the key is to use this parenting link thing. So what we want to do is we want to parent this part of the eye to the white part, so that when the white part moves, it moves. So that when the white part moves, it moves as well. So now that we've parented this black and white part of the eye to the white of the eye, you can see that it follows it, which is, you know, really cool. And we can parent this white part of the eye to the eye base, which is cool as well. So if we move the base of the eye, the whole thing moves. So it's not a thing where it's loose. Alright, so now what we're going to do is to move, we want to move the whole of this. So we'll just animate the white part. So just let's start our keyframing here. So position starts here, and then at this point we want it to have moved this way. Yeah, so let's keyframe that. So the key, like I said, is this parenting, and you basically do that by clicking on this pick whip and dragging to, you know, so for this layer, the black and white part of the eye, you have this pick whip icon here, so you can just drag it to whatever layer you want to parent it to, which is this, and also here we want to parent it to the eye base. So that's pretty much how that's done. And yeah, so let's see what we have. Nice. So remember the secondary motion thing we had, where the black part also, you know, slides after the white part moves. So let's just do that. We come now to this layer and you know, pick this and just move it slightly to this side, just to show that, you know, it's looking, the eye is looking somewhere, you know, somewhere in that direction. So easy is our keyframes again, and drag the handles, click on them and drag the handles. And now let's see what we have. Nice. So we have this really cool secondary eye motion, you know, going on, and yeah, looking cool already. So what we want to do is to create another movement. So once it moves that, we want to just click on the white part of the eye again, create a new keyframe that establishes the position of that object, you know, from this point to this point, so it doesn't move. And now we'll move forward a little bit and bring the eye over to this part of the socket, which is why I actually have named the, you know, eye base. And yeah, let's just adjust our keyframes. Okay, so let's see what we have. Okay, let's play from the beginning. Nice. So we'll do the same thing again with the secondary motion of this black part of the eye. Create a keyframe, move over to the end, and then just drag it to the side, just to indicate the change in direction. And now we can select our keyframes and just, you know, drag the handles as usual. And what do we have here? Yep, we have our eye movements, our eye animation, which looks really cool. And I think the missing thing now is the shadow. And what we're going to do is just to create another shape layer. Sorry. I create another shape layer. Now I want to use the pen tool to draw out the shape of the shadow. So what I want to do is to just click at the edge here and zoom out. Yeah. Let's come this way. And boom. So I think I want this sort of dark, like dark blue. Yes. And to fix the opacity thing, just come down to content, shape, fill, and yeah, increase this to 100%. Yep, there's our shadow. So what we just want to do now is to animate the shadow, so you know it's not just static. So the same way the eyes animate into frame, want the shadow to animate as well. So the simple fix for that is to animate the path. So what we're going to do is come down to the shape, come down to the path, and this is where we want it to end. You know, by this point you should have finished animating. So I'm going to click on this keyframe and come over here and just drag these keyframes and move them up. Yeah, just slide them this way, just so you know they don't start showing before. Yeah, so I think just cover it up properly. Yep. So now let's add our keyframes. Easy is. To adjust these keyframes, you need to make sure you're on the move tool, just to be sure. Nice. And there we have it. Our great looking eye animation, ready to, you know, add some spice to your motion videos. I hope you found that helpful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you soon.